Astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Welcome. This is the Jeranism show.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the Speaker's Corner, where we speak truth, seek truth. Speaker's Corner, yeah, they see through, we see you. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is art on the Speaker's Corner. 3 minutes hit the spotlight. Speaker's Corner, where 3 minutes gets your mind right. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is art on the Speaker's Corner.
Welcome, everybody, to Speaker's Corner. It is another episode. It's another Thursday. It's also Thanksgiving. Believe it or not, it is Thanksgiving. Let me see a one in the chat if you have partaken in no turkey today at all. You cannot have touched turkey at all. Press a 1 in the chat. That means you go against the grain. You are anti-mainstream. You're a friend of mine. I've touched no turkey today. Let's see who else. A 1 for no turkey. Can't have touched it at all. Vegans, you're so happy right now. You just don't stand up. I don't want any of you falling over. Just don't stand up. Stay seated, please. All right, welcome to the show. It is episode number 20. It is Thanksgiving, and we're going to turn on the phones tonight, so there's a lot of fun, a lot of good stuff going on. If you're looking for last night's stream, sorry about that. It was taken down by the YouTubes for copyright because we played Pinocchio. So if you're looking for Pinocchio, you can find that on the Rokfin, on the fin. Does that sound cool to say? Not really, huh? Oh, I was going to wear my other hat. I don't even know where it is now. Oh, let's go to sponsors. Let's do that. So we've got first and foremost, Truth Smacks. Definitely check them out. They are providing, or let's get that up there. There we go. They are spreading truth one delicious morsel at a time. Definitely check out that site. And then if you want to, go to the resources tab here. If you've got anybody new that you're trying to introduce to some of these truth topics, turn it down a little more. You can bring them here. They can get germ theory exposed, vaccines, which are safe and effective in all areas, all ways of life, truth-oriented media channels, lots of good channels on here. We've got crypto, which is from the CIA and certainly going to enslave us all. You got the truth about AIDS, you know that, don't do monkeys, and the moon landing hoax and all that stuff there. Sorry, gotta turn that music off there. There we go. And we've got, see who else we got sponsoring us tonight. We've got thcshow.live. Go there, hit shop THC merchandise. You can get a very cool hat like this that says, what's this one say? Not spinning. Looks like hot, but not, oh. Does it say not spinning, not spinning? Maybe it does. Should say not spinning, not stupid or something like that. But you can get one of these for yourself. You can program it to say whatever you want. You want it to say Jaren is cool. You could type that in. It would show up on your hat. You want to say Jaren is fucking hella cool. You could put that in. It will show up on your hat. You want to say, I know nobody cooler? You can put that in. Whatever you want. Whatever you want to say about me, you can say on this hat. All right. And you can get it for a cheap price of $40 right now. Plus, if you use my coupon code, which is Jaren420, you get 10% off. That's at thcshow.live. Check them out. Truthers Hour of Comedy. They are dope. Mike is awesome. Check it out. Oh, you can also get a Mount Maru shirt here if you want. God, that's terrible. I should start probably making this the whole screen so you can actually see what I'm showing you. And here's the very cool hoax shirt. I'm flossing it right now. And how do you sponsor the show? You send me free clothes and free hats, and then you get to sponsor the show. That's how it works. All right. Oops. Let me turn the power off on that hat so we don't lose battery. And it just plugs in with the USB. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. All right. Let's see. Was that it? Nope. We got one more. I almost forgot. We got jjscbdrub.com. And there you go. That is for JJ's CBD rub. He is growing his own plants, doing it the Back to Eden no-till gardening way out in Wisconsin. So if you want to support him, he's growing his own plants. He makes this balm. It is a natural pain-relieving CBD oil and rub and balm, and you can put it wherever you want. I've been told wherever you want. All right, let's just check out the chat real quick and see how many ones there were. There was quite a few. All right, not bad. Nice. All right. 5 times 1,000. What up? He had the other one on there. Wait, what's going on here? Why is this not working? Let's see why we've lost something here. Hold on. This. Good. All right. Let's bring this one over. 1 second. We're going to make sure that we've got the Rokfin chat on here. Hello, everybody at Rokfin. How are you? Thank you for being here. If you guys aren't a member at Rokfin, what is the matter with you? I get so many people that are just, well, oh, you're charging for truth. It's $10 a month. Yeah, and it goes to every creator there. Real tough to come up with $10 a month to support the 50 people that you watch for free a lot. I get it. It's a little much. A little steep. That Starbucks coffee is definitely more needed in the world today than truthers speaking out and actually being allowed to do so. So I get it. All right, let's go and fix this real quick. I didn't put the right Rokfin chat in again. Properties. All right, there we go. Now we should have Rokfin chat on the screen. Boom. I believe. Rokfin, are you there? Yes, now that's working. All right, so I do have both open today. I've got the phone lines at 888-698 flat. It's on the screen. 1-888-698 flat. There is a new rule for tonight. Well, I'm going to try and keep the timer as close as I can get it to 3 minutes for each person, but it's actually 3.5 minutes because you'll hear a sound which tells you wrap it up and you get another 30 seconds. But also, before we start your time, I want to hear, what are you thankful for? So it could be one thing, could be 5 things. I want to hear it. So tell me what you're thankful for. Thank the creator for something, or if you're an atheist, thank Carl Sagan or whoever you Big Bang to you. I don't know. Like you probably have to thank like a moment, and it's not really a moment in time because time was created when nothing exploded. So thank the nothingness for the time that it exploded you some 14 billion years ago. Because men on the earth, little tiny flea-like size men on the spinning earth in the endless vacuum of space have figured out how long it's been here. That makes sense. I get it. That makes sense a lot. I don't know who in the hell would give these guys that kind of, and they see back in time. I mean, it's all amazing stuff. It really is. Or you can also go to tinyurl.com/cornerism, and that's another way to get yourself on the program. Let's start it out. Who do you think is first? If you had your money on anybody, who would it be? If you thought what you're thinking, you are wrong. First up is Andy F.E. in the house tonight. Andy, thank you for being here. Welcome to the show. You are muted.
Thanks for having me. How are you?
Here we go. What? Go ahead. Before I hang up on you, get your couple words in.
Well, I'm thankful for you.
I know. Thank you.
For being an amazing truther.
Thank you, Liam. What's up? What can we do for you?
Did you watch Artemis's live stream?
We did. It was hilarious. Yes.
Did you see Artemis approach the moon?
Yes, it was hilarious. It was quite funny.
Are you saying that is fake?
Yes, 100% is fake. Anybody who can't see that is a cuck. You know, they worship men, and whatever the men tell them on TV, they just buy. They just like, oh, the men say that that's real, so I got to believe it. So I don't really
It's real. It's real. You can see it approaching the moon. It's real.
Liam, man, you are so gay, dude. Come on.
Okay, what about the people in the control center monitoring the data?
Yeah, and why don't you listen to Gene Kranz, who said, our simulations are so good that no controller would ever be able to tell whether it's a real data or fake data coming into the set.
When was that interview conducted?
I don't know, 1973?
It's 2022 now.
So their simulation would have gotten better, not worse.
Technology has advanced to the point
Technology is advanced. We can't even go to the moon. You can't even put people on the moon yet.
It's advanced to a point.
Advanced? What do you mean? We went to the moon 6 fucking times 50 years ago, bro. How is it advanced?
A scientist is able to distinguish between simulated data versus real data.
No, they're not.
They can.
They
They
cannot. That's my
can.
whole point. You don't know any
Maybe not in the
scientists.
1960s where they had,
Dude.
refrigerator-sized computers.
Wow.
But today's day and age, yes, we can.
Yeah, don't say
So
we.
you're
You're
telling
not
me-
included in this we. You just because you love these men doesn't mean that you can include yourself in them.
I love men.
I know
love
that.
my government. I love my society.
I know what you do. I know that you love your government. You're the one who
What's wrong
said
with that? I love my government.
because
I
they
love
lie
my
to you.
society.
That's
It's
why.
the best society in the world.
Yes, and they don't lie to you at all. There's no lies. The TV tells the truth. It's all cool.
Of course, sometimes they lie. Sometimes they misspoke.
Right.
But that's okay.
Right. But about the sky, a place you can't go and verify, they just they tell you the truth about that.
It's not flat. Okay?
Thank you.
I hate to say it to you. It's not.
You don't have
It's
to
a
hate to say it.
round Earth.
Yeah, it's a ball Earth flying through space in a vacuum, spinning.
And when Artemis lands people on the moon, are you going to say that that's CGI or that's a studio?
Well,
Come on.
Isn't that hard to say if I haven't seen it yet?
How can you live with that lie? How can you go around telling people went to the moon, but that's a lie? Like, how can you, as a person, how do you live with that?
Live with what? I don't understand what you're asking me. Live with what?
Like, they're gonna when they put the astronauts on the moon.
Okay.
All right.
I don't think that'll happen, but go ahead.
By your standard, they're going to lie to everyone, to the world.
Right, just like they had before.
But those particular astronauts, they're going to have to live the rest of their life lying to everyone every day that they went.
Do you know how many people live the rest of their lives being liars? Just because you might be a good person or I might be a good person, do you realize that there is terrible people out there?
Absolutely, there are terrible people.
Okay, so if NASA interviews 4,000 people and picks one of them, and they're about to lie to the world, don't you think they pick the one that they know is going to be able to lie?
Sure, but
okay. So then don't be so surprised. Don't be so surprised that there's liars out there who will do anything for money. Liam, if you invited your family over and friends and they were told ahead of time, hey, there's going to be $100 bill sitting out on the sofa and nobody will know that they took it. Nobody will know you took it. Do you realize that almost every one of your family and friends would steal your $100?
Okay, but imagine this. Every single day for the rest of your life, you're
Yes.
asked, where is the $100? Where is the $100? And every day of every minute of every bit of your existence, you're thinking, I had the $100, but I'm not going to tell them. Like, how do you can't operate like that.
Well, you can.
I'm sorry. You can't continue to lie. I'm sorry.
That's your mistake.
That's not how humans will operate. Okay?
Everybody, you would have no way of knowing which people are living with a lie.
Every minute of every day.
Hey,
you're lying.
I agree with you. It's tough. But that's what they want you to think. They want you to be the moral one who thinks that way so that they can operate immorally and you can't even believe it's possible.
No, I am an ex-flat earther, and I want everyone.
But you're not an ex-flat earther. You don't know anything about flat Earth.
Come back to the globe.
But why
Thank
lie?
You so much.
Why do you lie? You're not an ex-flat earther. There's nothing about you.
Lying.
Yes, there is. There's nothing about you that says that you're a flat earther ever.
I was delusional. I was crazy, just like you, and now I'm out of it.
Delusionment, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Can you please put your fucking real name on the screen next time? Stop
It's
pretending.
Andy
Stop being a
Blair.
lying sack of shit. Okay. Thank you.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, you're not
Thank you
lying.
so
No, just call in every week with a different name. You're not lying though. You're a very honest individual. Get the fuck out. All right, let's bring on Jesse. Welcome to the show.
Hey man. So you want to hear what I'm
Liam, knock it off. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Liam. It's you. I was just joking. It's not him. It's not him, folks. He's actually on camera. I'll show you. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. What are you thankful for, first and foremost? Yes.
Okay. So I want to say that I'm thankful for a healthy father. He's got cancer. He had a scare in the hospital this past weekend. Had COVID. I talked to his doctor, and I didn't tell him to give him this one medicine, but I just mentioned it, and he called it a horse dewormer, and I was just like,
"Oh boy,
oh God, shut the door, please." Thankfully, he's out and he's doing better.
Good.
And I know you're not a Christian and you don't believe in the Bible, but I am thankful that God has not only revealed himself through his creation, but also specifically through his word. He's revealed who he is, his good nature, and a way that we can be redeemed back to him and have a relationship with him and live with him forever in eternity. So I know you don't believe that, but I'm thankful for that.
I believe some of it, but I think that those things can come without the Bible. Yes.
Okay.
So let me start your time. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go.
Thanks. All right. So I got 3 questions for you, or at least 2.
Okay.
So the sun and the moon orbit the Earth, right?
Yes.
Would you say that? So do you think, because like I have a friend that he has a friend that I trust,
Hmm.
and he has a friend that he trusts that works for like some satellite company that they shoot satellites up in the air. And I told him, I was like, you can get the same answer two different ways, like 2 + 2 equals 4, 3 + 1 equals 4. So I'm thinking maybe there's some way that satellites are still in the air. Maybe they're orbiting just like the sun and moon are. Do you think that's possible? Like,
Yes, it would
with your
be
scientific knowledge, do you think that could be a possibility?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
without a doubt, because they could do some sort of, again, I don't know if there's a dome up there, or some sort of thing that they can attach to, or magnetically, um, yeah, attach, or it could basically be like, what do they call it, electrical tethering. So you could put it up
Mhm.
there, and it's basically traveling on some sort of orbit or path that is magnetic. So that's possible. As far as falling around a ball Earth and that whole thing, no.
Right. No, I agree. Okay. All right. So that's what I was kind of thinking. So that's
Yeah, but
interesting to
we
hear.
have. Let me just tell you what we've heard. We've heard from somebody who works directly with the U.S. government that there's over 50,000 balloons at any one time above our head, and they launch 50 a day. Okay, so there's plenty of balloons up there that could easily mimic all satellite data.
Right. But I just wonder about the ISS.
I wonder. It's one of my biggest wonders too, because I've seen it cross both the sun and the moon, and it looks like a
Yeah.
little TIE fighter, little weird thing. I still don't think there's people in it, but there has to be something going on.
Right. Cool. The other thing I had was, tell me if my thinking is right on this, but I was discussing on Twitter with some globe people, and of course they give me the argument because they're giving me the argument about a plane going around basically how gravity keeps a straight level, right?
Of course.
But the thing is, if a plane is flying straight, just naturally, even if gravity's pulling on it, it's naturally going to get further away from the Earth. And the further you get away from Earth, the weaker gravity is, right? So even if you play by their rules, the plane is getting further away from Earth and has less gravitational pull on it. So it doesn't seem like it would keep it,
Mm-mm.
the same distance to the Earth like they say it would. Is that right thinking, or?
Yeah, I don't think there's any way. It doesn't even make sense to me that they say gravity would keep it there, but it's just simply flying flat and level above a level plane.
Yeah, but
Hence,
I
plane.
got to use Austin's little thing that he has when he was talking to that one pilot. So I said, so the Earth is, or I said pilots fly flat, like the Earth is flat and stationary, and he's like, yes, exactly. So I was like, man, well, like when they can't even see through that, it's laughable, you know.
Yeah.
But just one last thing. So on
Yes.
Facebook, I just simply put that, in 500 miles, that the Earth curves 31.5 miles, and that a plane's average speed is 500 miles per hour. And I just said Happy Thanksgiving. I didn't say anything else. And then like some of my friends started commenting. They started bringing up space, and I was like, where did space come into this discussion? But I just bring that up because last time I called in, it's just to point out the fact that people who have never thought about it, like they can't comprehend anything else. So when they hear anything that's like flat Earth related, like I don't think they even got how crazy that is. 500 miles, 31-mile drop. Like they don't even think, oh wow, that's a lot.
How about 2,500 miles, which is the length of the United States, is 700 miles of curvature.
Gosh, that's crazy.
So that's a lot of drop for the airplane, but it must be because men say so.
Right.
It's a lot of good evidence right there.
Anyway,
Men say so, and math says so, and yeah, you would just think that there would be something that would be so painstakingly obvious. Like it would be obvious if we were just zooming around the universe at 1.2 million miles per hour. We would know that. We'd be just flying like crazy. We'd feel it. And then you would say like, well, clearly we're spinning. So there's, no even question. Then there would never be a question. The fact is that what we were taught, everything you go look at, there's no evidence there. It's just a story. And that should tell us something in my mind. Really should kind of wake you up to, are we being lied to on a massive scale? again, they lie about everything we can touch and do and feel and go look at on Earth. And to think then that they're telling the truth about space, I mean, they don't even know what's in the ocean. They're still finding animals in the ocean, yet they know what's going on with planets 25 trillion miles away.
Right, but I think we just have to give people a lot of time to wake up, because I know, like, probably the first conspiracy theory I ever heard was like when I was in my early 20s, and just like, so it's taken a long time, and and so I already kind of doubt things, and even as a Christian, you're always, questioning what's true, right? So if you don't have like a doubting mind or a questioning mind,
Yes.
it's going to take you a long time to wake up to anything.
It may not even be the point. The point of truth may be it's only for those who seek it. And so people who feel like they have it are not seeking it, and so they don't even hear it. So in one ear, out the other, they want to fight it. They want to do whatever they can, like this guy Bryant or these guys McToon. They're just going to do everything they can to fight against it because they don't like the idea of there being a creator. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving.
All right, man. Same to you. See ya.
Peace. Next, we got David Henry in the house. David, what it be?
Hey, how's it going?
Fantastic. Happy Thanksgiving.
Good. You too. I hope you had a good one. I want to just be thankful for this show.
Hey, thanks.
You're espousing the truth, however long it takes. Some people may take weeks, years, decades.
I'd say the average I hear is like a couple weeks. Usually people say somebody sent me a video that I did, and then they listened to it, and then they laughed at me, and then they listened to the next day and laughed at me, and then the day after that, I was just in their ear all day at work, and then they went home and started watching more and more and more, and then they, 2 weeks later, after not sleeping much, have to write me an email and say, I feel bad about saying what I did about you, even though it was in my head. Like, well, thank you. Could have kept that to yourself, but it's all right.
Wow, that's what we want.
I like now. I see that Beatles poster behind you. The NASA astronauts. NASA astronauts did a better one than that. Just so you know. They have their.
Yeah,
You seen that?
I was listening earlier about the guy who said, "Well, they'll be lied to daily, or they have to lie daily." Said, "Well, think about what happened to Neil Armstrong once he got back to Earth.
Okay, he became a recluse.
Yeah, and the government also protected him to become a recluse.
Right.
They did not allow. Like, one-on-one.
Right.
Question and answers to Neil Armstrong.
Right.
So that's he's really got to think about what he's saying before he says it. Well, if he's being lied, if you're being lied to, then tell us the example.
Yeah, I just think that people lie. I mean, look at David Blaine. I mean, look at people who lie for a living. Look at every actor. They're lying every day. That's what they do. So I don't find it surprising that. I mean, look at Justin Trudeau. Did you guys? I showed the clip of him the other day saying somebody asked him, "Well, how does your family reduce your use of plastics?" And just talk about, he's just lying. He just starts saying, "Oh, well, we actually, instead of using plastic water bottles, we use paper water. The new paper bottles of water, we use those." It's like, I mean, yeah, that's what he says, and this is what liars do. He just lies. And it doesn't bother him. Does he have trouble sleeping? No, probably sleeps great.
No.
Probably sleeps great. Here, I'll show you this real quick so you can see. Oopsie, can I open this here? Let me see. There you go. Maybe we'll put it there. See, they did a better job than those.
Yeah.
$67 million a day, and at least it gives them time to do things like this. Movie
That's
posters
right.
galore. So thank you,
That's
NASA.
right.
Thank you, NASA, for all the great things you brought this Earth, and for
In fact,
feeding the starving children.
Whoops! In fact, I walked across that one time about a few years back.
Oh, did you?
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
it was cool.
I'm starting your clock. You are on.
Okay.
Begin.
The talk you had earlier about the ISS. I do have a video. Can we possibly show the video before we start it?
You can. Where's the video?
It's on D Henry 777 on
the YouTube.
It's TikTok. I'm sorry.
Oh, TikTok. Okay, let me find if I don't have
7:37 seconds. 7 minutes and 37 seconds.
That's how long the video is?
Yeah.
Oh, you want us to play the whole video?
Sure.
Okay, that's gonna have to be your time though.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
that's
Let me
fine.
find you. So it's David777. What'd you say it was?
David Henry.
David Henry.
Or D Henry 777.
D Henry 777.
Mm-hmm.
D Henry 777. What? You sure that's the name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One
Just
second.
do a search on that.
Okay, I see it. And then which video?
Yeah. It's one called ISS Fake Video Sound Analysis.
Fake ISS?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh. What is this weird? Why is it in widescreen? I didn't know you could even do that. What the hell? You can do videos on TikTok that are widescreen?
Yeah, I guess.
I always thought you had to do them portrait mode, huh? All right, we're going to watch this, and then we will be back. Let me see if I'm going to put this in that box. How am I going to do this? I'm going to have to share it over here. Sorry. It's just going to, only way it's going to work. Is that video playing? Is there any sound?
Yes. Yeah, it's got sound.
I don't hear any sound yet. Does it start late?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll start late.
All right, let me pause this, and then we're going to put that on here so people can see. 1 second. I don't have anything set up for showing it over there. Maybe this one will work. Yes, this will work. 1 second. Here, we'll play some music while I do this. So let's play this. All right, go. Just while I do this real quick, I set it up. Give me 2 seconds. By the way, that was Impulsive Zams, who is the singer in this song. If people want to find him, he's on Instagram at Impulsive Zams. Tell him thank you for supporting the show. And he also has done some stuff for the Jeranism Does, which is coming soon, if I ever catch up. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to play this video. Enjoy ISS fake videos. Here we go.
What I'm going to do, and I study up and just try to understand what experiments I'm going to do. And I can actually show you one of them. One of them is coming right at me right now.
Wow, how cool was that?
So before I show you this, let me just show you something else. Oops. It's going to come back to me, okay? I want to show you why we do these experiments, and that is because this is a bag of water, okay? And I'm squeezing.
Hello, I'm Sunny Williams. I'm up here on the International Space Station. So this is Node 2. This is a really cool module. Of course, most of these modules you'll see they have 4 sides, and they're put together. That way we could sort of work on a flat plane, either a wall, a floor, another wall, or the ceiling. But, you know, again, all you have to do is turn yourself in your reference.
It's going to come back to me, okay? I want to show you why we do these experiments, and that is because this is a bag of water, okay? And I'm squeezing. Let's see. Ah.
of us sleep in a little bit of a circle. All right, come on back. There's more to show you. I know that there's some questions about how to use the bathroom and how do you actually live in space like normal, like at home. I mentioned real quickly about getting up in the morning and
on pourra en parler si vous voulez des détails d'expérience un peu intéressantes à détailler. Voilà, on lance l'avion en l'air comme ça. La trajectoire naturelle, c'est une parabole. Et
biologique, physiologique, physique des fluides, des matériaux, viennent effectuer de la recherche fondamentale, appliquée, parfois viennent tester des expériences avant de les embarquer dans des vaisseaux spatiaux. Voilà. Nous sentons presque 2 fois notre poids tassé sur le plancher molletonné. Et pendant ces deux manœuvres, l'avion câble, la trajectoire amène l'avion vers le haut, l'avion monte en altitude et lève le nez de plus en plus haut. On est à 30 degrés d'inclinaison.
you just sit in your sleeping bag. So here's one sleep station right here. I'm going in right now. You can follow me if you want. So I'm inside. It's sort of like a little phone booth, but it's pretty comfy. I've got a sleeping bag right here that we...
Encore, ça dure 30 secondes. Des paraboles aplaties par rapport à la parabole de la pesanteur.
This one's another right here. There's one on the ceiling, if you want to call it, right here. And then there's a fourth on the other wall over here. So all of us sleep in a little bit of a circle. All right, come on back. There's more to show you.
All right, David Henry Productions, and you can find him on TikTok at dhenry777. Any final words, David, before we let you go?
No, sounds good.
All right, thanks for the video. Keep it up, and let's expose liars every chance we get. All right,
Sounds good.
Let's go with Lowry. We'll get to the phones next. Lowry, welcome to the show, my good buddy, my good friend. Although you still don't believe I'm a real person, I don't think.
What's up, buddy?
How are you? What are you listening to?
I think you're a real person.
Okay, good. I thought you
wanted
said.
to tell you what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for
Yeah, that's
Vince
right.
Guaraldi.
Who the hell's that?
He's a famous jazz musician,
Oh
man.
boy,
Don't you remember Linus and Lucy?
I hear it behind you. Yes.
Like Thanksgiving music
what I'm
and
going to
Christmas
do,
music.
and I study up, and
Sorry,
and
that's
just
so
try to.
funny. Is this the kind of music you get down to, or what?
No, not necessarily. It's just Thanksgiving, dude.
All right.
You know,
Gotcha.
I eat my turkey and listen to Vince Guaraldi, and then, you know,
Good old Vince.
get on your program after eating a shit ton of food.
All right.
That's what it is, dude.
It is what it
That's
is.
Yeah.
As long as you didn't
Anyway.
watch the Macy's Day Parade this morning.
Oh man, no.
Okay,
no.
good. I was gonna say
people in New York hate the shit out of that thing.
I bet.
I'll get quick to this because
Let's start your clock.
This is gonna be long. Okay, so big thing this week is the died suddenly. Yeah.
So I hear.
So here's the thing. Yeah. So it's whatever. This is gonna be a really good example of because we've been talking about online. It's like you've got half truths, and falsities.
Okay.
The same kind of thing that we've seen. Now, I'm not as quick to dismiss this one as I was the snake water one because it's coming from Stu Peters, which who knows what that guy's up to.
Sensationalist.
Yes, he is very much so. There's a lot of truth in it. I don't know if it's useful for, if it's useful for people that are halfway awake to go ahead and look at it. I don't think anyone that actually took the vax will even look at it because it'll just probably scare the shit out of them.
Right.
So we were talking about somebody, like not you by any stretch, but like, or unless you want to, but like somebody out there that likes to analyze videos and likes to do the decoding stuff needs to get in front of this because it's 2 days old or 3 days old, and it's gonna be like we need to get a head start on it. So somebody out there that can do this stuff really well, do it. You know what I mean? I don't really care. I don't do that stuff very
right.
well. So, but someone needs to decode it and get the truths out of it, the half truths, and then the falsities. Put it out there because I think it is useful for some people that are just on the edge of maybe figuring out that we fucked up. But it's pretty gross. I mean, the video is gross as shit because you're going to be looking at blood clots the whole time. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, let's talk about blood clots on Thanksgiving. Let's go ahead. Luckily, I didn't eat a lot tonight.
We can switch over to NASA too. Like it's so bad. I mean, the NASA stuff is so bad. I can't even.
Except for Artemis.
Really...
Artemis is real. You've seen that they have like the moon and then the Earth in there.
Oh,
it's cool.
Dude, I just like at this
so
point
hot.
in time now, it's not even. It's beyond laughable.
It is. It's
just,
embarrassing.
You can't
really
look at it. You just gotta like, it's. I call it the Artemis humiliation ritual, which is it really is what it is. And you're like, if you look at it, then you're responsible for looking at it. So if you're looking at it with a clear eye and you want to break it down and decode it, then great. If you have the courage to actually look at it to begin with, because it's so disgusting to even look at.
Or you can just be retarded and just believe in it.
You could, yeah. And I was also my last thing is before I jump off is who's that guy? Is he the guy that called in first? Is he a comedian or is he like a?
No, he's just some ball believing testicle lover.
Oh.
He called one time. He called. Remember, he was the guy Liam who said that that we're delusions. We're delusionment. We're in delusionment. And then he says we're all delusion. We're all crazy. And then I asked him, well, are the people who see back in time crazy? And he said yes. And I said, the people who see back in time are crazy? He's like, yes, they're in delusion. And I said, that's science, idiot. That's your people. Your people believe they see back in time. And he says, oh, if science believes that, then so do I. Which is probably the funniest thing.
Seeing back in time, isn't that called memory?
No, seeing back in time
is talking about. Is he talking about time traveling? What the fuck is he talking about?
No, the astronauts actually, or not the astronauts, physicists believe that when they look through a telescope, they see back in time.
Oh, that bullshit. Yeah. Okay.
Well, he believes it because
I was thinking from a 40,000-foot view, but that's just stupid.
No.
Anyway, I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, and all you legends out there, I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, and I love you all.
Thank you. I'll leave you to Snoopy and Linus.
Cheers.
Or Lucy, or whoever it is. Later. All right, let's check the phone lines real quick and see if anybody's calling. Let me turn on the phone screen. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if there's anybody on the phone. I think I've got both lines open. We'll probably run out of money tonight, but let's... Oh, wait. Did we... Hold on, let me see something. Maybe nobody's calling. 888-698-FLAT, right? Nobody must be on hold. You know, I'm going to call myself and see if it works. Because I want to make sure I don't keep telling people they can call if I can't. I still have money on here, right? Yeah, $43. Come on. 1-888-698 FLAT. Let's see if it actually works. And then we'll know. Hello?
Hello, you've reached Speaker's Corner.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling.
Oh,
I'll
wait.
be with you shortly. Please hold.
Yeah. It's working, right?
All right, you can now listen to the show while you're waiting. Please turn off YouTube or...
All right, good. It's working. Get in line if you want, or come through the other way. Let's go back to, not on the phones. What is that thing called? To StreamYard, and we'll pick up the next person. Who do we got here on? Nope, that's the wrong one. Here we go. We've got Troubling Tribune. Welcome to the show. How's your debates going?
Hey man, really, really fun, except for the constant logical fallacies, straw manning, ad hominem attacks.
Oh, you mean the every debate tactic of every glober of all time?
Oh yeah, you know the usual. I mean, but what
I'm
else
used
can
to
you do when you don't have solid facts to back yourself up?
Well, you can say that I proved curve in a movie that I said interesting in. You can say that.
I started taking the wind out of their sails by addressing that point first.
Oh, good.
I actually think that that's a great debate tactic for anybody who does want to engage in that type of thing. Witsit does it actually really well as well. You basically it's in the sales world, you call it pre-crushing the objection.
Right.
The way that the idea behind it is that an objection has no power, or an argument has no power if you address it and crush it before it even comes up. So
Good point.
just really, really funny. The things that they say, if you know what they're going to say, just bring it up and just crush them with it, and then they really.
And of course, we know what they're going to say because they don't think on their own. They are repeaters. They're parrots. They just say whatever they've been told to say. You forgot to tell us who you're thankful for.
Oh, absolutely. So I am thankful for my family, my friends, and the good times that never seem to end.
Sweet. Nice one. All right, I'm going to start your clock. Go ahead. You are on. Go.
Absolutely. So I didn't have anything super specific, but to touch on the NASA fakery, or the realness, I should say,
So real.
it was actually a really big struggle for me as a true earther to see something like the Artemis launch. Even watching your coverage of it, I was like, oh my goodness, how on earth are we going to deal with this? I'm just kidding. I actually do have people, especially on TikTok, because you get all kinds of people there, telling me that there was absolutely no CGI used whatsoever at any point during the launch. And, what was it, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes in before they switched over to CGI? So, and it wasn't even good CGI at that. It's like they didn't even try. So totally embarrassing. Not only that, but the news of the secret Space Force spy plane.
I watched your TikTok.
Oh, nice, nice. It was really, really comical to me. I think it can answer a few problems that we may have, or not even really problems, because they do send up all those balloons to bounce signals off of and whatnot. But if you have a secret spy plane that's up above that nobody knows about, that can change its direction on a whim, and its main purpose is also kept a secret. They could be doing anything up there, including sending the little signals back that tell us, anything.
Easily.
Maybe they can send it back for how far things are. We just don't know. All bets are off when we're dealing with a Nazi space program. I think it's best to keep the burden of proof on them.
Absolutely. It's funny that people like Liam, what was he talking about? That they actually think that you can't fake incoming data. That they say, oh no, scientists would know it's fake data. What are you talking about? How would they ever know? It's just data coming across. They have no idea.
Yeah, people who I don't see saying that are, people who work with software and computers.
Right.
I don't see anybody from that sector saying that this is impossible to be fake. And even on the film side, I've seen plenty of film people talk about how this stuff is not only can it be faked, but I mean, if you just had some time and some foreplanning, it's pretty easy to fake it. I mean,
Nowadays, for
how
sure.
many models?
Yeah, nowadays for sure. Now it would be impossible for anyone to stand behind any video footage as absolutely, positively, 100% true. You just can't know. It's too easy to. If I can fake something in like a half hour with my setup, then what can somebody who makes $68 million a day do? Infinitely more things than I can. It wouldn't even be a number you could put on it. 1 million times more. That's the equivalent of me if I was spending $68 a day faking NASA stuff, then they can do it a million times better than me. So that gives you a little idea. And I'm not spending $68 a day ever. So they can actually probably do it many millions of times better.
Oh yeah, it baffles me that people say that it's absolutely impossible for that stuff to be fake. It's like, man, can't you just be a little bit intellectually
Just be
honest? And
honest. Just be honest as human beings, and just be like, yeah, it could be fake, but it's not because of this, this, and this. Oh yeah, they could fake the Himawari. Don't be like that teacher. What's his name? Stuart? No, I always want to call him Stuart because he looks like a Stuart. Bryant. Bryant is always saying that, and it has to be real. It's so real. Talking about the Himawari and everything else, he just claims that it would be impossible to fake. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
We can't
I don't
put
think.
cloud data. It's crazy.
Honestly, I don't think we could take anything that that guy says seriously after seeing his conversation with McToon.
Oh, not anymore. Yeah, not
Yeah,
anymore.
it's just you know, people put on a face, you know, because they want to get on the show and they want to have the conversation with you.
Right.
But you know, at the end of the day, it seems that they really don't have any intention of changing their minds or
No.
you know being open minded at all, even in the slightest. You
To
know,
the,
it
you
shouldn't
know what
be
he
too
said? He
hard.
showed the today's video he did. He showed the 1971 blue marble picture of the Earth, and then he said, "And I've really looked into this. I've looked at the cloud data, and everything matches." Like, you've looked at the cloud data from 1971, you dumb shit. You did not look at the cloud data. You're freaking lying.
And I got a bridge to sell you.
Yeah. He also said, like, oh, and people have gone outside and they verified that the clouds match Himawari from their homes in Australia. So I'm like, okay, show me the evidence of that. The guy's just straight up lying. And I guess if you're a Glober, you're allowed to do that. So what do? They project, right? They say, gotta lie to Flurf, which is just because all they can do is lie.
Oh yeah, they admit it right there, you know. So it's like, man, you know what you're doing. And it's kind of like other people have said, it's a demoralization campaign at this point. But the reason why I keep the True Earth debates going is because you know 'cause a lot of people they think it's just low vibrational and that you shouldn't waste your time with it. But honestly, I think there is a place for it because there is still people out there who don't know the arguments, who don't know exactly what's going
Tons.
on, and they just see these hit pieces and they think that that's the end all be all. But when they have somebody that's even halfway intelligent that can halfway articulate the flat earth points, you know, it should be enough to get people questioning things.
Am I?
Especially if you use sales tactics when you tell people, you know, if I can show you something, if I can show you this,
Right.
then would that be enough to get you to open your mind up to this possibility? And you just start there. And so I even had a guy named Russell. He's a big flat earth troll, if you will, globe earth troll.
Mhm.
And he'll just come on and claims that he knows things about radar and all this other stuff. And you know, I had to get him to because he's like, refraction can only make the things appear higher. It can't make things appear lower. I said, all right, so if I can show you something that the light is actually bending down and making things appear lower, would that be enough to get you to change your mind and think that's possible? And he's like, "Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely open-minded." I said, "Okay, one moment." And of course, you pull it right up. Some guy had a driveway experiment, had a like tinfoil boat over at the end of the driveway, and they were across the street, pretty level all the way across. And you can see that the heat was actually causing the light to bend the boats downward and make it appear that it was sinking over
Mhm.
a curve that wasn't there. And that was happening over, you know, not that very far. And it looks just like it does over water.
Right.
So, you know, when we have something like that, when we can recreate what we see in the natural world, you know, that, you know, it might not be 100% evidence as just a
True.
demonstration without a movable variable, but it's a hell of a lot closer than what they're saying,
My
which is that it's the light is just always bending to where it looks perfectly straight and even on the
so
horizon, no
dumb.
matter what.
So putting mountains up high and laying them right on the horizon for you. Yeah, I appreciate the call. Thank you very much. I'm gonna let you go. We got more people piling in. Thanks. That was Troubling Tribune. You can find him on TikTok, and then he also does a nightly, right, Monday through Friday. Go ahead and tell people real quick.
Oh yeah, so it's not nightly anymore because
Oh,
it takes me time to get the things going. But I'm doing it 2 nights a week. I'm doing it on Tuesdays and I'm doing it on Thursdays, except for uh, today because we're doing the Thanksgiving. But yeah, those are the 2 nights I'm going to be doing it, and then I'm going to because I can't air it live on YouTube and Rokfin like I wanted to. TikTok buffers way too hard, so I have to download it, and
oh,
then
okay.
I play the rewatch of it because it's the only place you can catch it. TikTok doesn't save the lives for everybody else to see,
Oh, I didn't
so
know
it'll
that.
be everybody else. But yeah, you'll be able to catch it on the first half on YouTube, and then all the whole thing on Rokfin. Of course, gotta
All right.
save some juicy content. Usually, it takes a little bit for the better globe Earth debaters to come on. The first half is typically beginner questions and noobs. So
Well, I'm glad you're getting people there. So appreciate you coming on, and take it easy. I did not know that TikTok doesn't save live streams. My only advice would be, if you are debating, if you are talking to a family or friend, or whatever you're doing, is just, it's okay to not know everything. Remember that. You do not need to know everything. There's no requirement that you know the answer to everything. And remember, there is people out there that tell you they do know everything. They know what the sun is, how long it takes light to get to from the center of it to the edge of it, how fast we're spinning, how big the universe is, how far this planet is, what atmosphere it has. And those people come across to other people as being a little pompous and a little know-it-all. So if you just do the same, you're just putting themselves in the same basket. So if you don't know something, just say, oh yeah, I don't know that. No one's claiming we know all things. So don't make them think that we are, because we don't know. Again, those guys have had hundreds of years, all of government money, monarchical money. Is that how you say it? Monarchical? I don't know if that's a word. Monarchy money, talking about kings and queens, and and they've mapped coastlines, and they've used the best scientists to come up with whatever theoretical nonsense they need. And we've had 7 years and some guys in their house or in their office or in their mom's basement, speaking of Mark Sargent. But it's a little bit more difficult. We have had no help, no money. And in fact, when we do try and do a fundraiser, or we do try and do an event like I had the summit, we get a bunch of people that complain and call us grifters, call us shills, because we're asking for $50. And then they go on Facebook and say, why would we give these guys money if we watch everything they do every other day for free? It's like, dipshit. Look what you just said. Look what you just said. All right, let's go to Emily Rose Gems. Welcome, Emily Rose.
Hi.
How are you? Welcome to the show.
First time caller. Oh my
First
gosh,
timer,
can you hear me?
welcome.
Long time listener, first time caller.
You were in
I'm
the
a little
chat.
nervous.
You were in the chat last night, weren't you?
I'm in the chat all the time. So
Oh,
last
thank you.
night you guys were looking at the Artemis videos, which I'll be honest, I was afraid to look at because of what you're saying, because it's so just fake, obviously fake, and it's hard to watch. And you watch it and you're just like, I can't believe people believe this. But you pulled it into a video editor, and it just made me want to do that and mess with it and see what I could see.
I love
and
it.
just get some more like concrete stuff in my head about it. So can I share my screen? Can I show you
Absolutely.
guys some
We need more
things?
calls like
All right.
this. So you actually you actually took the video then, and you're going to show me what you observed with it?
Exactly, yeah. So I downloaded the video.
Okay, go ahead and try and
I
share, and we'll see if it works. Oh, you did.
have been
Oh,
looking
no.
at it all day. All right.
Did you share
oops.
yet? No, I don't think you did.
I'm going to say deny to the pop-up that just
Wait,
popped up.
I think the pop-up you were supposed to say okay.
Oh, sorry.
It probably was asking you
Oh.
permission to share your screen.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Tell you what, get out of the thing, come back in, and then I'll go to you next. Let me dump you for
Okay.
now, and then I think it'll ask you
It'll
again
ask
if
me
you.
a second time.
I think so. Or up in the URL bar where it says streamyard.com/u4h whatever. Over on the far
Yeah.
right, do you see a little picture of a camera?
Yeah.
Click it, and then does it say always block?
No, it doesn't.
It says continue allowing StreamYard to access your camera and microphone.
Yeah.
Okay, click done. And then what happens when you hit the present button at the bottom again?
Okay. Present. Share screen.
And then it will say like screen 1. Do you see where it says screen 1?
Yeah, I think I want screen 2.
Okay, so click it. So it'll put a little blue line around it.
I did, and then it says that it lost permission to capture my screen.
Yeah,
okay,
see, that was
so I
it.
have to go to my system preferences. Yeah, go to someone
Okay, I'll
else.
go to
and
somebody
we'll
else.
come back to this.
All right, be right back with you. All right, let's go with Mellowdome.live. What up, Austin? How are you?
What up, bro? How you doing?
Another day, another 50 cents.
I hear that. Good show.
Thank
Good
you.
show.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family and your boys and everything.
You as well, man. You and your family. Absolutely. And Maverick, little Mavy.
Little Mavy, he's so fun, man. He's so funny.
Yeah, man. You gotta cherish those moments. My little one, Gideon, he's 2 years old, and I'm like, man, you're getting too big. We and my wife were already talking about another one, man, to be honest with you.
My wife and I were talking about the same thing today. So
Yeah, dude.
but when's his birthday?
Gideon's?
Yeah.
He's a leap year baby, so it's February 29th.
Oh, so he'll be 3?
He'll be 3, yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Good. Everybody in the chat saying
Um,
hello to you. Benny Boy says, what's up? Awesome, just
Yeah, what's up, everybody in the chat? Bunch of legends.
Okay, I'm gonna start. Well, you want to tell me what you're thankful for first?
I'm thankful for my family, my wife and my children, of course. and everyone in the Mellowship.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
All right, so
I like that new logo. I would sport that hoodie. Well, I think I agree with you. I want to see some other options for the font, but it's pretty nice. It's a good idea going. I like simple.
yeah, no. I like your idea too for just over the dome. I like that. I'm just not good at doing that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah, I don't think I am either, but I did Dearth's logo. I've done a couple people's logos. I mean, it's just I play with it until I'm kind of happy.
I think that's cool. You guys were in there like going back and forth about it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, so I want to talk about.
Okay,
I wanted to talk about Eddie Griffin bringing up flat Earth.
That was so good.
Yeah, right. What was that? You know, I went looking for that. I think it's a recent interview he had with somebody, and
It is.
that was towards the end of the conversation.
Right.
And he went all in, man. The firmament, hanging satellites on the firmament. Earth is flat. He said flat Earth is real.
Yep.
He went into the whole reptilians and everything. Like I was saying to my wife when I heard it, I was like, I put money on it. He's watching David White's videos. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I told my wife the same thing. We were listening to it, and then I was just like, it's so funny because you think that nobody's listening, and then you have a celebrity step out and just start speaking like they're, and they're like, he's watching our stuff.
He has to.
I mean, there's where else did he come up with that stuff? So
yeah. One more thing I wanted to bring up is the Artemis launch, right?
So real. Oh,
I'm here in Florida, and I can see a lot of the launches right from my job.
Right.
And I get that the whole idea, maybe, you know, they're using cinematic features in Hollywood, you know, style for the launches and things like that with all the cut scenes, and maybe they're, you know, using CGI to beef it up and stuff. But when people saying that these launches are 100% fake, like I see things going into the sky.
Right.
And my question is, like, you know, when I see that, I don't think that that's happening just to keep this lie going, right? So my question is, what are they doing? What do they know? Where are they going? I don't think all of this is just to land things in the ocean to make people think space is real. There have to be killing a bunch of birds with one stone with this trick. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I want to get your thoughts on that, because there could be I think that there could be a possibility, maybe, this is me speculation station right here, that they could be having vessels or something up there quantum locked within the magnetic fields or something. I don't know.
I would agree.
But yeah,
I
just want to
don't
get
think
your thoughts on all that.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't think they send people there because
right. I don't think that either.
Yeah, I don't think there's people in that craft. It's just so funny because whenever they have some sort of accident or some sort of pod that needs to emergency evacuate, all these things happen when there's nobody on, and then it goes smoothly whenever somebody's on it. It's like so ridiculous that you would actually believe that that's the way things would go. It's like,
dude, during the launch, they're twiddling their thumbs, dude.
Yeah.
Like, no way.
The thing would be rumbling like you've never felt anything before. And you've got like Blue Origin, they sent that guy from Dude Perfect up or whatever. But right before that, they had a launch where they had to abort, and we were told they got in trouble and that the pod had to fly off at the beginning. And then the very next launch, people are in it. Like, it's just insane to me that people would believe that. It's just not the way it would go.
It's also insane. They don't even have helmets on. Like, you can't even go to a skate park. You have to wear a helmet at a skate park.
Right.
But no one's wearing helmets, and they got them floating up there when they're free falling. They think they think the gravity is gone, but it's just free fall, right?
Yeah.
And there's no helmets. So how real is this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've got problems with that. So, I mean, to me, I do think that they launch rockets. I think that they are very large and very loud, and I think that they probably are light compared to what we are told that they are, so that they're not as crazy big as and they just launch it out to the water and then they go recover it. They've got boats out there waiting for it. And yeah, so sometimes you're going to find pieces at the bottom of the water, but for the most part, those things are collected. And that's basically just a big show. And they've realized that people get hard-ons over it. So they keep doing it. But I mean, again,
one more thing I want to say.
I'm with you though on the people who say it's completely fake. I disagree.
Right. One more thing I want to say is for anyone out there that still thinks they're on a spinning ball, because when I get into conversations with others about it, their go-to is, you didn't catch the rocket launch 2 weeks ago or blah, blah, blah. And, Well, globe or flat plane, you can shoot a rocket off of it, even though I think it works better on a flat plane. But, when you watch these rockets, you can see the level horizontal water behind it. So just saying, just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, no, and we've been asking for like one of these astronauts to wear a GoPro for the entire launch. They've never done that.
Right.
It's just
like before you get in, like let's see
turn it
you.
on, go live. I mean,
Right.
they make it seem like these things are so impossible, yet they're done everywhere else in life. And so it's just crazy to me what kind of quality cameras we have now. Look at the quality of cameras we have in our pockets, and then we get what we get from Artemis. It's a joke. Why would it be that from 240,000 miles away we can see features on the moon? Then when they're 1,500 miles from the moon, you can't see nothing. It's just a washed out. Looks like looks pretend. So
Right.
why didn't you take an iPhone camera? And I actually put it in the levels and turned it up. We'll check what Emily Rose did, but I turned it up. There's no stars.
No.
None at all.
Oh yeah, let me say that one more thing. I got a guy at the bar. He's brand new, right? And I can't help it. We get a new guy behind the bar. I can't help myself, bro. I got a flash smack. You know what I mean? I
Right.
can't help it. So, and I used the snapshot of that blue dot that they claimed was the Earth, right? When they were only like 200 miles from the moon. They look back and you can see that one little blue dot,
Right.
And I'm showing it to him, and I'm go ahead and flat smack, and he interrupts me, and he's like, "Hey, where are all the stars?" And I'm like, "Right, bro, where are all the stars?" Like, and he was digesting all of it in that picture right there when he's like, "Bro, where are all the stars?" Like, really? I'm like, "Yes, where are they?" That's what I'm saying, homie. Like, what's up?
Good. I'm
But
glad
yeah,
that people
man.
are noticed that. And sometimes, like you said, it takes bringing it up for them to see it for the first time.
Right, exactly. No one's gonna go watch that whole thing because no one cares. No one cares like
No
they
one cares.
cared back in the first one,
It's like Dave said, everybody asks him, when he talks about or they'll bring up the Elon Musk car in space, and then Dave will say, "Did you watch it?" And they're like, "No." They just heard
Right.
about it, so they bring it up. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Emily Jones,
All right,
Emily
bro.
Rose is back. Let's see if she fixed her issues. Well, I'm sure she has many issues, but let's see if she fixed the one that we're talking about.
I fixed one of them. Hopefully.
All
All
right.
right, let's try to
Let's see.
present once again to my share screen. Don't show the tips again. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, I see it now. Okay, good.
Sweet.
All right.
You're good now. There you go.
You guys see it. All right, so I'm using a
Hold on, maybe I
video
don't have it.
editor called, oh wait, I was going to get the name of it and now it's covering it. Oh well, it's a free one. I'll drop the name in the chat if anyone's interested. I just downloaded it today. It's pretty easy to work with.
And
So
nobody's seeing your
here's-
screen for right now. I'll fix it though. Go ahead.
I'm only seeing what?
I said people aren't really seeing your screen because my thing's not set up right, but just go ahead and keep talking and I will get it squared right.
Oh, okay, so I'll just talk about it for a second
Okay.
first, because I just want to say, first, starting out, this is just their feed. This is all 3 hours of it. I didn't edit the feed at all, and I took all my edits off so we could just look at what they are showing people. So just off the bat, just to bring one thing to your attention that took me a while to notice, but there's this line on the top of the screen where it's just black. And you'll notice it's only on one of the sides. It's not a border. It's literally where they forgot to make the moon big enough to cover the whole frame. So that was a pretty funny little, I don't know, when you eventually do get it in there, look at the top and
Okay.
you'll see. this
So now
little,
people can
black-
see the whole thing.
Can people see it yet? They still just staring at me.
Yeah, they don't see you at all. So you're all
Oh,
good.
they don't see me, but can they see my screen if I start doing stuff?
Yep, we can see it.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So here on the right, you can see that I zoomed in on the Earth, or what they're saying is it. And just off the bat, I want you to look at the brightness, the whiteness, right? So this object is supposedly a little bit closer to the sun, I guess. But my first thought is, would it make it that much whiter than the moon? And so I just wanted to see, I went into brightness and just mess with it a little bit. And you can see that even if you bring the moon's brightness way, 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 way down, that this other thing is still bright, which is kind of weird. Why would it be that much more overexposed than the most brightest thing in the sky other than the sun? I don't know. I just thought that was kind of interesting off the bat. So that the brightness doesn't really match the narrative. So that's first off what I
Okay.
would say about this. And then when you go to you go to the levels, and I'll show you some of the other weird stuff I found. Click it. Okay, so then levels is where you can change how much of a certain color or just like isolate one thing. Like this is isolating just the blacks. And so you can see that there's some weird stuff going on with the colors. Like, why are there all these colors here? Unclear, really. Don't know. It's kind of strange. And you can also start to see, if you look at like the close-up of the Earth.
That Earth
some
close-up
weird-
is so hilarious.
It's so funny. You can see some weird, like, when we go through and do like the greens, this is kind of interesting. It really shows like what you were saying, Jaren, like that there's just nothing else in this image at all.
No.
Other than these like cut out shapes that are so just floating by themselves, and one of them is not even on the top of the screen all the way. So anyway, I have a TikTok video that I made earlier because I'm a little nervous right now, so it's a little harder
You're
to
doing
like go
good.
through this with you guys. But
Now point out,
one of
because
my
you
Tik-
said you mentioned the top piece, but just point out what you're talking about. 'Cause
yeah. So okay, so let's scrub this in this view, and you can really see. If you just kind of go a couple seconds, I think it's going to be a little slow because we're on. But see how the moon like moves and that stripe stays there? I'm zoomed in on the stripe on the right. It's like, I don't know how else to say it, but it should connect. Like this, you're supposed to assume this is a larger image than the frame, and
Right.
yet it's like not even filling the whole frame when you go back to
Right,
it.
because on the right side, it's obviously pressed up against the side, and on the left side,
It's
the
up
craft
against
is
the
up
side
against
on
the
one
side.
side, but then you see how it's just like totally missing from the top of it. Yeah, I just think it's like what they did to like, I don't know, to try to.
Now, from here, I'm just looking. Doesn't it looks like there's a box around the Earth?
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to find again. And in my TikTok video that I posted earlier today, I show the box, and you can see like these random other chromatic aberrations that like will pop up. I don't know if you can really see. I just sort of mess with things until things stand out that I think are weird, and then I'll go and like scrub the couple seconds around it. So like this is an area where let me try to get a better. I actually think that for this one I was just using like what they have, but let me just go through a few of these and see. That one doesn't
You want me to
do
come back
any-
to you? Go ahead and look through that because we've already got your share screen up, so I know how to do it.
I know, totally. No, well, I was just gonna say, go check out my TikTok if you guys
Okay.
want to see like what I found in a more concise, edited way.
What's
that would probably be
your
better.
TikTok channel?
All right, so Emily Rose Gems is my TikTok. It's like the latest video is me sort of going through this with actually editing it down and trying to be a little more concise. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, and also I'm really grateful for this community. I don't know if you can still, am I still here?
We can see you for sure. You're on there twice now. Good. Sorry about that.
I'm really grateful for this community and the fact that, you know, for us, we haven't been celebrating Thanksgiving for a few years now. It's just felt really confusing to be celebrating like mass media holidays and Gregorian calendar holidays. And I've just really been on a search for what feels more real and right. And if anybody wants to reach out to me and talk about stuff like that, like the 28-day, 13-month lunar calendar, I'm really in search of more information about that and about like finding those dates that feel more true in terms of what sort of we experience in this world, and not just arbitrary random holiday dates that I think it could be harmful when we all celebrate them and we don't really know what the implications of these rituals for this particular day are. I just want to put that out there.
It's good.
The Truth Art community.
That's why we didn't celebrate. So we are in the same boat as you. We just let it go. We don't want to kind of add to it or anything, or celebrate a ritual or anything like that. So we just ignored it and just enjoy the day for what it is.
Exactly. And I think that's important, and not enough people are talking about it, and my family thinks I'm so weird right now. So
You're not alone.
Yeah. What's that?
Said you're not alone.
That's good to hear.
Yes. There's
Thanks,
more than
Jen.
one. All right. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Later.
Bye.
All right. Let's go with Ariane, I believe. And we'll get to the phones next. Sorry, I know if you're on hold, I'm losing all the money over there. See, that's why I don't have the phone lines on. Ariane, welcome. Am I saying your name right?
Hello. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Don't tell me.
I just contacted a scientist in my country, and I asked him that is there I
Dude,
have not
Liam,
seen
we know
any.
your voice now, bro. We know your voice.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, we can hear you too much. That's the problem, is we know who it is.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I have to talk slowly.
How about you just say your name is Liam and then go ahead and talk?
Yeah, my name is Aryan.
Okay, you're gone. All right, let's go with Crystal Luna. Crystal, you are not there. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to 914. You are on the air. Welcome to the show. 914.
All right. Yeah.
Yes. You're on the air. Starting your clock. You want to tell me who you're thankful for? What you're thankful for? 914.
Okay. 914 is here.
Okay, tell me what you're thankful for. Go ahead.
You see, now, people have to understand is that when you're walking down a sidewalk, okay. Okay. 914. Oh, yes, Jeranism. You know, this is an absolutely amazing. Wow.
Go. You're go.
Okay, I'm going. Okay, you have pressure. There's an echo back here. Okay, all right.
You're probably listening to
So
the show,
how-
and you should turn the show off
I
because
know,
you can
I'm
hear
sorry.
me on the phone.
I can hear you. So how are the rockets going around the moon with propulsion? It's impossible.
Are you asking me?
I'm on my cell phone.
Minute 30 here. You have to turn off the show and just listen to me on the phone. Way to crash the show and burn it. Way to go. I'm playing with you. Go. You have a minute left. Just talk. Just
Sorry.
talk. Go, go, go. You're good. Go. You're on. Go.
Okay, I got a minute left. Okay, all right. When you're walking on a sidewalk, you have pressure, and you're walking on the sidewalk, and here you are walking on the sidewalk. You have air pressure, and now how the fuck is there? How the okay? So how the fuck does a rocket in space and we all know sorry. Okay. All right, Jeranism. All right.
All right, I gotta let you go. I'm sorry. Next time you have to turn off the show and just listen to the phone. But that is the gong right there. You lost the gong show. Let's go with 561. Welcome to the
I
show.
lost it. Sorry.
It's all right. We'll get over it. 561.
Hey, Jared.
Hey.
How you doing? It's a
Good.
beautiful night.
It's beautiful.
All right. It's beautiful, right?
Absolutely.
When you look up, you see stars that are not stars anymore because they're way too close and they all sit in the same position. They don't rotate anymore. Have you noticed that?
The stars don't rotate?
No, not the actual stars.
Oh.
You can still see them in the very, very background. But I'm in the very South Florida, like directly on the East Coast. I'm like less than like 5 blocks from the beach. I can look up right now, and there are what look like stars in my sky, but they're way too close. They don't blink or do any of the cool things stars do. And every single night through summer to winter, they've been in the same exact position. at night when you look up. It's really, really weird.
You mean the
down there.
planets?
No, I'm talking about like their fake satellites or drones or whatever they have just chilling in the sky.
Can you film them?
No? Should I?
Yes, if that's really what you see, that would be good.
Oh, I would say because, I mean, from summertime all the way till now where it's wintertime, where the sun has completely moved, you know, from like direct center of my backyard to the very far right.
Right.
These things that look like stars are still in the very same position that they were in during summertime.
Okay,
And
yeah,
I'm
you have
like,
to
these
show
are not-
that.
Okay,
That'd be
so I
great
gotta
for
get
if you
my
can
camera.
show that, but we would love to see that.
Okay, cool. Well, I didn't know I could share. Like, I have not been here for a while. I've been busy as hell. So
this
but I just came back on.
This show is
I just
Thursday
wanna
nights, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, and bring those pictures when you have them. Bring them here and show us.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering, anybody else notice that though, in their own skies, that there are lights in the sky that do not do the twinkling that stars do, and they don't move from night to night. They're in the same position every night.
Does anybody
Like,
see
it
that?
is
Go ahead and
really-
answer in the chat, and you can go check the chat now and see if anybody else shares that. I have not seen that myself.
I will grab video and take from month to month so I can just give you a compilation of them.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right, Karen, have a great night. Happy Thanksgiving.
You as well.
Like, just welcome to Earth, bro.
Thank you. Whatever that means. Let's go with 509. 509, welcome to the show. What are you thankful for?
Buddy. Hey, are you talking to me there, Jaron?
That would be 509.
Hey, buddy.
How are you? That
Happy
sounded
Thanksgiving, sir.
I'm
Copy.
taken by the way. But anyway, go ahead.
You hear me?
I hear you. You're good. Go.
I want to be interviewed, dude. Just ask me some stupid questions about paranormal. I don't know, sir. I've got so many stories.
What are you thankful for?
I'm sorry?
What are
What
you?
am I thankful for? Life, buddy. Everybody. A superior being, possibly, to hopefully think about.
Okay, good.
But I've been around the world, dude. I think maybe the superior beings probably put me on a heck of a journey to just absorb a lot of information and action. And right now, I'm kind of chilling.
I believe
I've seen
this
so
too.
much. I feel like I live in a hot zone here, sir. Actually, in the middle of Washington State, dude. Excuse me.
Why a hot zone? What do you mean?
I'm by Mel's Hole. I'm by a secret research and LP facility, military base. Oh gosh, so much stuff, sir, and so many stories of objects and everything else.
All right. So you want me to ask you some paranormal question?
Yeah.
Are aliens
Okay, well,
are aliens real?
I haven't seen one personally.
Okay.
Many stories. Events. Like camping in the Toucan Woods with my buddy for a week before he took off to basic training after I just returned from basic training in AIT. Had an encounter in the middle of the night. The night turned to day, okay? And later on, I've seen some videos of meteorites flying over Seattle, lighting up the sky like day. So figured it was probably a meteorite, but it spooked whatever wildlife was around camp. We're camping right next to the Toucan River. Nobody around for miles. It's dead. And it just started stinking, hearing grunting and snorting. Didn't see anything. Didn't look for tracks after the fact. You know, and it lasted for a brief second, but that was a heck of a trip. Good story, too. Don't know what it was. I figured it was a wildlife.
Could have been a Bigfoot.
It could have been. Like I said, we're just sitting there partying. Okay, it's late at night. We're pretty lit, but you can't mistake all the wildlife moving in the brushes after the nighttime sky turned into daytime, and all you could see is the clouds of the pine trees around you and everything, your shadows, excuse me, kind of lit. And anyway, it's like all the brushes started moving, wildlife was snorting, stink up the yin-yang, you could not breathe. I'm live with Jaron, sir, hang tight. So, yeah, that was a good story for a while. I got followed by an orb coming through the Yakima Canyon, moving with the wife and kid, late at night from E-Town to Yakima area.
Mm-hmm.
An orb followed us. We're cruising. It's a highway, secondary highway, the original highway, other than the one that they rebuilt next to it. It followed us for several miles. I'm asking the wife, roll down your window and look, man, because I'm thinking it might be a reflection in the windows interior of the truck, pulling a tandem axle trailer with all our junk on it. And this object is silent. It's big. Looks like a night light on the side of the street and a light fog projecting light down towards the river. It hovered over the river the entire time, just 20 feet above the river, keeping pace with us. And this is a long canyon, about 20 miles long, in between two big cities, two country cities.
Okay, wrap it up quick. We're 3 minutes up.
Okay, copy that. So anyway, at the time this thing's following us, we're checking it out. I'm trying to verify what the heck it is. Roll your window down, lady. And tell me, what do you see? And she's verifying the same thing. It's an orb following us over the river next to us. It's a couple hundred yards away the whole time. Okay, all of a sudden, the rear tandem axle, rear tire falls off the trailer and passes me on the road. I'm slowing down because of that. Plus, there's deer jumping all around us, trying to cross the highway, probably running from the orb. Who knows? Who can say what the heck it was? But anyway, that's my story.
All right. I've seen a lot of orbs. Well, I've heard a lot of orb stories, and I've seen one myself, so I do tend to listen to those. All right. Well, thank you, 509. Appreciate it.
But yes, I appreciate it too. Enjoy your show, sir. Have
Peace.
a good one.
All right, let's go back to the StreamYard. I know there's more people waiting there. Let's go with Hendo. Welcome. Hendo.
Hello.
What up? You're on the air. Hendo, you are on the air. You need to turn off YouTube.
How are you doing? How you doing, Jaron?
Good, thank you.
I've been into your stuff for about 5 years now.
Nice.
Believed in the flat Earth.
Nice.
Yes, I've believed in flat Earth. Yeah. Yes, it's off. It's off. Okay. I just don't have very good Wi-Fi. Sorry.
Okay.
I have found a video where with the Apollo 1 crew in 1986, and it's a YouTube video. I put it into the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
In this video, it's called WHAS 11, Remembering Gus Grissom, Indiana native who died before Apollo 1 launch.
Right.
WAHS archives.
Should I play it?
And in this video, like, they ask these random people. Yes, please play it.
Okay, it's only 2 minutes, 23 seconds. Let's go ahead and watch.
The quiet little town of Mitchell, Indiana, was even quieter than usual.
Yeah, you can you can fast forward like about 30 seconds or so.
Okay.
On the launch pad when their Apollo 1 capsule suddenly.
But yeah, okay, rewind a little bit. Yeah, right before they had the guys at the bar. These three guys at the bar are Chaffee, Grissom, and White. They've been disguised a little bit, like they might have makeup to make them look older. But it's them, man. There's no way. Just the context of the video is talking about after the Challenger disaster, and they're asking these people how they feel about this, because this is Gus Grissom's hometown. It's such a weird video for that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, mute yourself if you could.
This video has like 1,400 views.
Okay, mute yourself if you can for a second while we watch this, because you're kind of loud behind it.
The quiet little town of Mitchell, Indiana, was even quieter than usual today, as residents sat glued to television sets witnessing the tragedy unfold at Cape Canaveral.
Sorry, I'm just excited.
They'd been through before. 19 years and 1 day before the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded, native son Virgil Gus Grissom died along with fellow astronauts Edward White and Roger Chaffee. They died on the launch pad when their Apollo 1 capsule suddenly burst into flame. Today's tragedy brought back those memories, especially for a friend of the Grissom family who acted as their spokesman 19 years ago.
I'm hurt. I feel almost gutted, exhausted even. That's something I don't think we'll ever get used to. Most unpleasant. Yet at the same time, it's something that I'm surprised it hasn't happened before this.
After making the second American manned spaceflight in the Liberty Bell 7, Grissom was hailed as a hero in a ceremony in downtown Louisville. 3 years later, he flew 3 orbits around the Earth in this capsule with co-pilot John Young. Less than 2 years after that flight, Grissom was dead, a harsh reminder of the dangers of spaceflight. But the people of Mitchell say despite this latest tragedy, the space program must continue.
Like airplane crashes, too. You don't quit flying just because you have a wreck. And same thing, really.
We got to have it, and we're going to, it's like everything else. They got to keep going with it, and they will. There ain't nothing to stop it.
I think that we should continue with our program. Just because something like this happened doesn't say that we should quit. We knew that, I think the American people knew that something like this would happen.
I spoke with members of the Grissom family by phone. They told me they'd been asked repeatedly whether they thought the tragic deaths of 7 people in the shuttle explosion should mean the end of the space program. They say they didn't believe that in 1967 when Gus died, and they don't believe it now. And even Gus Grissom himself answered that question in a quote on his
that's
memorial
it.
here in Mitchell, Indiana. The conquest of...
So you're saying you think those 3 guys at the bar are them? Is that what I heard you say, or no? Or maybe I misunderstood what you're getting at. Hello, you're there. You're back. Go.
Yes, I think it is. Absolutely.
And what makes you say that? Just because there's 3 guys there, or you actually looked at
Yes.
features or something,
Yes.
or what do you think?
Absolutely. The 3 men at the bar are Chaffee, Grissom, and White.
Yeah, I'm saying, what made you come to that conclusion?
Well, I looked at the photos and stuff. It's them, man. Look, like if you look at the first man there with the, just looking at their pictures.
Okay.
If you look at the 3 men, it's them. 20 years older, slightly disguised.
Okay, I will check that out for sure and look into that.
Like if you look at the man with the dark hair with the glasses that said you can't just stop if you have a wreck.
Right.
If you look at his hairline, it's exactly like Chaffee's hairline.
Okay.
He has the same eyebrows, the same mouth. The man who the only difference I could find was his earlobe may have been detached,
Okay.
like with surgery, and his nose may have been changed slightly at the tip. Okay, and then the second man looks like Grissom, just may have made him look older. If you look at his eyebrows and his mouth and everything, it looks a lot like Grissom, just older. And then the third man was definitely White.
So
and you see how he was hiding his face with his hands.
Yeah.
And he had a Freemason ring on too.
I'll have to check that out. Let me ask you this though: why would they fake that particular accident? Because it almost cost the entire program. I mean, space travel almost.
I'm not sure. Maybe the capsule exploded and like because they had oxygen in there, it just randomly caught fire and
they had to pretend
because they
died?
thought because everyone was around and they said they were inside of it. So if it caught on fire, they had to say they were inside of it, right?
That makes
so
sense. Okay.
They had to say they died.
Good point. Okay.
I mean, considering that we found all the Challenger people, I think that's probably them. And the context of the video is the Challenger as well, which is just creepy.
Which is weird. All right, I'll check it out. I appreciate the bring that up. Never seen that before.
Yeah, and it only has 1,400 views, so get it, download it now before it gets deleted or something.
I already
please.
did, so we
that's
got
why I'm such frantic to share.
No, thank you for that. I already
Thank you so
downloaded
much.
it,
Bye.
so I've got control of it. Thank you. Peace. All right, that was Hendo. We've got now Crystal Luna's back. Crystal, it's the night of the ladies. I love it.
Hi.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you great.
I'm good.
Good. What did you
How
want
are
to
you?
share? What are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for? I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for obviously my kids. That's number one. Thankful for my family, and
Nice.
I'm thankful. You know what? I'm actually thankful to meet truther friends because I've met truther friends, as you are one of my friends, Jaron. So I'm
Oh,
thankful
thank
for
you.
you. Yeah, so it's, thankful for a lot of stuff. So yeah. Reason why I'm calling today, I don't know. I just wanted to get away from my family. Yeah,
you.
so everybody's, up front. But another reason why I'm thankful for is, the whole COVID thing has died down. We're starting to see the truth about it. So there's no more talk about all this nonsense, even though they're still, on
Careful.
right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're still on the, train with that. But what I'm really thankful for is my dad, his health. After he got the, what?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Juice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the juice. Yeah. He
The
had
juice. Mm-hmm.
yeah, he had a blood clot in one leg. He got a blood clot, and in the other leg,
Completely unrelated to the Hacksaw Jim Duggan, though. I just want to point that out.
no. In one leg, he got a blood clot. The other leg, it went numb. So like, he like to this day he can't drive. He can't do the things he used to do. And this was back a year and a half ago when I was living in Texas, and I'm in California now. But I came back because he was like a mess. He was dying. So I'm thankful for
I just
his
looked it
health.
up just so you know that COVID, one of the symptoms of COVID is leg numbing and can't drive. So
Right.
probably COVID.
Right. So he got, out of the three main side effects. Okay. And still like he's starting to piece it together. So I am thankful for that. And we're starting to see the decline, well, in the whole, juice stuff. So it's kind of getting to my parents' head, like, okay, I don't need to keep getting juice and all that because I have doctors in the family. I have scientists in the family, believe it or not. I have one of my cousins I grew up with she is a scientist. She works for Berkeley, and she like has gone to CERN and done projects like that. So my family's very indoctrinated. Not so much my immediate, my immediate family too. Anyways, so I'm just thankful that the truth is coming out slowly. And for my truther friends, like I showed my parents Blue Vid, and that was,
They actually sat down and watched it?
Yeah,
Okay.
and Victoria, had talked to my dad about it. So my dad was like, "Oh, well, is your friend done with the video?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So he watched it, and he's like, he even says, the doctors don't know what's wrong with me, right? They don't know what's wrong with me. They don't know why this happened. And I'm like, I've been knowing. Hello, nobody listens to me, right? I'm like, I've been knowing, and so it's kind of they're done with the
Good.
juice stuff. So I'm thankful for that.
That's definitely something to be thankful for.
Yes, and I just wanted to call in and say, hey, hi everybody, and yeah, I'm just hiding out from my family because I gotta go back up and
Go be with your family. Go flat smack somebody.
Oh God, no, we're not. That's too much. We're not there
No,
yet.
not there. Okay, baby steps.
No, I got in trouble for my aunt's 80th birthday because I actually found some family that was like totally, the
Hacksaw,
the
Jim
juice.
Duggan, yes.
Yeah, and like we made a whole little circle, and that was my aunt's 80th birthday, and her daughter's a doctor, so they were like eyeing me like,
Right.
bitch is not fucking talking this,
Black
And
sheep,
I'm just
black
like,
sheep of the family.
oh yeah, I was. I'm like, yeah, and I found out some family members that were also on the same boat, so that's always great. You don't know where you're gonna meet people that agree or no, because I always would say like my family and friends don't know anything about this, it's just me, and I would stay quiet. Oh no, yeah, I kind of got in trouble for that one, but you know what? It's the truth. It is the fucking truth, and we have to speak the truth. Period. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Let's go with Doug, Crazy Doug. And
What's up?
I love you. Thank you, Doug, for that hat. I'm sure
Absolutely.
it's addressed
I love
directly to
all
me.
of you.
Oh, I thought it was addressed to me. All right, whatever.
Well, it is. Yeah, it's to everybody.
What are you thankful for? Those
I'm thankful
those
for
ladies, I
my-
bet. Those ladies in your backyard. I bet you're thankful for
they
them.
didn't turn out too great. I don't want to talk
Oh,
about
yeah, but your bugs eat them or something.
it. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
It's upset you. I
But
don't want to upset you.
I do want to say I'm thankful for my wife, for my spoiled kids, and for this joint.
Nice. See,
And
I would say I'm
Jeranism.
thankful. I would say I'm thankful for my spoiled wife and my kids. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm thankful that there's a show on tonight.
You're welcome.
And you got some crazy people calling in, and that one dude.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I wanted to tell you, you can't hear the people on the phone in the StreamYard.
Oh, you can't hear him at all.
No, it's just kind of weird. It's like you talking to nobody.
Okay, it's good to know. But I believe, don't tell me, but people can hear it on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
YouTube's fine. That's where I was watching it delayed. But anyway, are you thankful for Brenda?
I'm so thankful. That's probably the top of my list.
You think she's trolling or he's trolling?
I think he's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean he's dedicated regardless.
Yeah, but he's exposed
in everybody's
himself.
Chat.
He's exposed himself the last 2 times in the show. First of all, didn't know how much the Earth curves in 8 inches, even though the equation is 8 inches per mile squared. Telling other people that they're illiterate in math. That's hilarious. That's pretty funny. That shows that they don't have a clue. This is why, I guess if you're really, really, really dumb, the best thing for you to do is to be a believer in science. You can make fun of other people. You can laugh at flat earthers. You can pretend like you know everything when you're just dumb as my shoe. My shoe might know that it's 8 inches per mile squared. They might know how much it curves in 8 inches.
Yeah, that's probably a little smarter than Brenda.
Yes.
I ain't got much to say, man. I was just
all right. I don't even have to set the clock. Did you eat turkey today?
Man, we ate a lot of shit. My wife, because you know my wife's mother passed away. She was always the cook, so my wife took on the job this year. Kicked ass. She nailed it. She's awesome. She looks tired. I'm gonna rub her feet here in a minute because she was up all day on her feet.
Yeah, it was never fun. My grandma used to do the cooking too, but it was funny because she would be up all day and then we could never get her to sit down to eat. We're still doing stuff.
Well, and
like
her
that.
mom was always last to eat for sure.
Yeah, but we also used to give my grandma a hard time too because the turkey was so fucking dry. We just could tell her every year, and it didn't matter. The next year it was going to be even drier.
We cheated. We got the honey baked ham and the honey baked turkey.
Oh God, that's disgusting.
What?
I hate ham.
Well, so some people hate ham, but that place, the shit they put on it, like it's just sinful.
I'm too Italian. I can't do sweets with meat.
Really?
So I can't have like sweet sausage or sweet like pineapple on a pizza. You don't do that, do you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do. Yeah, I love that.
All right, I'm gonna let you go. That's it. I'm not talking to Doug anymore if he's gonna put pineapple on pizza. That is a sin. Wheelchair Bear, welcome to the show.
Oh, hi.
Hello. Don't let that fire start behind you either. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, it's getting a little hot. So how are you doing?
Fantastic. You?
Good.
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful. Has anybody said they're thankful for you and Dave?
Yeah, I think so. Kind of. Well, not Dave. Who would say that?
Well, I would, because you two were on Owen Benjamin when the first I really heard about flat Earth. So.
Oh, really?
So yeah, and that was well, I heard about it, but I just kind of lumped it in with everything else. Like,
thought it was dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. I just kind of didn't really care, eh? Like so. Anyways, but that one show, that's all it took. And then I started watching you quite regularly.
Smart move.
And yeah, pretty smart. I'm gonna
start your clock.
Subscribe. Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't. Well, actually, I do have one thing that I was going to talk about, and I got a light here, but it's not working. You were talking about testing the temperature of the moon, and you wanted a good experiment. What would show it?
Right.
And did anybody ever?
Not that I've heard. No, not yet.
So you have a big spruce tree in the middle of the yard.
Okay.
There we go. Now I'm lit. So you have this tree. So you take the temperature on the side, each side of it, the sunset side, like when the sun is still in the sky setting.
Okay.
Take temperature on both sides. And then again when it's dark. And then when this moon comes up.
Okay.
And so it's 3 different times. Temperature should be warmer, right, on the sun side when it's setting. And then, or before it sets. It has to be at certain angle, right? Probably 30 degrees. And so it'll be warmer then. So it should continue to be warmer, the residual heat. So then when the moon comes up, if it's cooler, no, it's warmer in the shade anyways. Okay.
Yeah, see,
well, it'll still be a good.
It's a tough one though,
would-
because it gets confusing because during the day when you're in the shade from the sun, it would be cooler, right?
It'd be cooler.
That's during the day, but
then the moon comes up on that side. Yeah.
Yeah, and the hard part is at night, because the whole air is cold, it's air everywhere. It's hard to say what the shade should be, because actually the shade would be warmer because it's actually protecting it from the outside. Like if you're going to if you need to pass out and sleep somewhere where you're homeless, it's probably better to sleep under a tree than it would be to sleep not under a tree, because it's going to be warmer under the tree. Even though in the sun it would be cooler next to the tree. Right? So it's a little bit weird. It's hard to stand behind that. I think that the best test is just to get some sort of huge Fresnel lens or some sort of magnifying glass on a full moon, get that light to magnify on something and see if the temperature goes up or down. That's, if the temperature goes up, then it is probably reflected sunlight. If the temperature goes down, it's a different kind altogether.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I just don't know where to get that. I need somebody a little more technical than me to do that.
To do a magnifying glass?
Yes. No, well, a Fresnel lens or something large. I'm not sure. I've never tried to take a magnifying glass to the moon before. I don't even know. Do you even get a little spotlight? Does it even do anything? I wouldn't know that.
I don't know. It's probably not bright enough. Like maybe it would, but yeah. Sorry, my experiment was bogus.
All right.
But,
well,
yeah.
You probably ate too much. That's why. All right.
Benjamin, and
thanks so much. Appreciate it. Take it easy. All right, we're gonna go to let's go to the phones one more time. See, even though sorry guys, you can't hear me. Let's remove this one. Let's go to the phones. We've got 2 calls waiting. Let's go to the 701. 701. Welcome to the show.
Hello?
Hello.
Am I on?
You're on.
Yeah.
What are you thankful
Hi,
for?
Yeah. Oh, I am thankful for my family.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm surprised that I got on. That was great. I've been a long-time listener, so.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's good to hear you. Yeah, I kind of had a couple questions. I got in this whole truth thing probably 2015, this and that. I heard the flat earth thing and I thought it was crazy, but then I started watching some stuff. It's like, wow, I really can't deny it, it's pretty crazy. I was wondering, one video that was all over the internet at the time was a rocket. It was like some amateur guy rocket. I mean, he's obviously had a lot of money sucked into it.
Yeah, it's called the Go Fast rocket.
It had a camera and it was flying up in the air and it's spinning like a bastard, and then it just stops and
right.
It sounded like it hit some liquid or something.
Yeah, it's called the Go Fast rocket.
The Go Fast rocket, yeah. And I was thinking, well, if that's real, and I really kind of question that it is or not at all, but I mean, that's something that we could recreate, and do it multiple times and have multiple people doing that sort of thing. Has there been any attempts to recreate something like this, or
no?
Do you know anything about?
No, there hasn't been. I mean, I know why there hasn't been, but I mean, it's always a funding issue. I mean, that rocket probably cost $100,000.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, we just don't. We can't get that kind of donations. I don't think. And I think that it would be. I certainly would never be in charge of it, because I would recognize something like that would have a fail rate of something pretty high. And people would all say, "Oh, you stole all the money. You didn't actually put up a rocket." So I wouldn't even deal with it. So myself, I would, even if somebody says, "Jaron, here, we want to put you in charge of this," I would say, "Hell no, screw that. I'm not doing that." So that's why that's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, organizing something like that would be daunting, but I mean, if you get enough people behind it, it'd be worth recreating, I think, you know.
Yeah, I think people would love to
But
send up a rocket for sure.
right. Yeah, and you know, another thing is like I always, and you know, I'm not 100% a flat earther. You know, I just kind of say that I really don't know type thing. You know, I obviously can see that like NASA and shit is lying to us, and like fucking mainstream science is lying to us. But like, one of the reasons why I can't get 100% behind it is because, you know, just like the star trails and stuff. Like if you're at the equator, I mean, the stars would go counterclockwise to your left and clockwise to your right, or vice versa, or whatever it would be. And just like the sunrise and sunset on the southern hemisphere, and like daytime, like I don't know, it just doesn't seem like I know there's like the coffee cup caustic and stuff, but I just haven't seen enough on that to really make it make sense in my mind. I don't know if there's something you could direct me to that explains that a little bit
Well,
more.
I think I don't really. Yeah, I don't know. Enough people don't talk about the fact that I think that the structure, whether it's a dome or whether it's atmospheric or whatever it is that's causing what most people call the dome, is like a bundt cake pan. So it's not like a dome like you see drawings of the flat Earth. It's like a bundt cake pan, meaning that, and the way I've come to that conclusion is if you look up stratosphere, you can go to Wikipedia. The stratosphere is at different heights at the pole, at the equator, and at the mid-latitudes. At the equator, it's 66,000 feet high. At the mid-latitudes, it's 33,000 feet high. At the pole, it's 17,000 feet high. So this is very strange, and you don't even hear it talked about ever because planes don't fly in the stratosphere. So when we talk about, oh, they don't let planes fly over the North Pole, could be because the stratosphere is at 17,000 feet and the plane's flying much higher than that. So it tells me that if you think of a bundt cake pan, and then the coffee cup caustic is kind of weird because that's looking at a whole coffee cup and it wouldn't have a bundt cake pan in it. But if you did and you kind of look at that, you can see how the light would almost stretch circular around the flat Earth when it got towards the outside, right? Because towards the outside is getting towards that closing part of the dome, if you're, or the whatever it is. And then if you're towards the north, you also have the closing part, but it's continues around that short bend, right? It's a shorter path there. So that's number one. Number two, when you talked about at the equator that the stars go one way in the south and one way in the north, you understand that though, right?
Well, yeah, I think so. Like say you're doing like a timed exposure or something, you shot it straight up at the sky. I mean, you know, the stars are going to be rotating one way. They're all going to be rotating the same direction, but I mean, because you're standing in the middle of it, you know, one way it's going to be.
So let's pretend you're at the equator and you're looking east, okay? So all stars rise in the east and set in the west, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're looking east, which means the stars are going to be rising right above our head. And now let's turn to the north. So we turn to the north, and now the east would be to our right, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and those stars would rise in the east and set in the west, which means they're going from our right hand over our head to our left, right? And if you kind of do that, right hand over your head to your left is what? Counterclockwise, right? Right hand over the top.
Yeah.
Okay, now go back to facing east. What the hell just happened? My word program just opened for no reason. Now face back to the east and then turn to our right. And now the east would be on our left, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and now the stars are rising in our east, left hand, going up over to our right hand. What's that? Clockwise. So on a flat Earth, it's the same thing. They've just told you that you're upside down and you're spinning and crazy stuff, but you still would have the same effect when stars rise in the east, set in the west. You would see them go clockwise to the south and counterclockwise to the north.
Right. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it just, like a globe model, it makes a lot of sense. I'm not saying on the flat Earth it's not, it doesn't work, but it's like, you know, with the globe, it just seems more like intuitive that you're on a globe. But
intuitive?
Well,
no, I mean, we were taught the globe. There's nobody, I don't think anybody would think that we're on a globe if it wasn't told to you, because again.
Well, right. No, I totally agree, man.
Okay.
I think we're totally lied to, man.
Right. So, I mean, again, that's why I don't even consider which one. Like, if the globe matches a few things, it also tells me I'm flying 1.2 million miles per hour right now. That's insanity. And extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So I'd like some extraordinary evidence that I'm flying 1.2 million miles per hour. What's their evidence? Some math. That's not evidence.
Right.
You're talking, I mean, again, we have to prove that all things exist in this mathematical equation before we just call it fact. So again, I don't think that you can just say we're flying 1.2 million miles per hour without providing evidence.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to let you go. Thank you for the call.
Hey, thanks, man.
Peace.
Bye.
All right. Let's go with one other call, and I'll probably shut the caller down. I'm already down to $28. Holy smokes. Let's go to 408. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Jaron. My name's Alex. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Where are you at in the 408?
I am in Gilroy.
Gilroy. Yeah, that's my hometown.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you. I'm a Gilroyan. Yes, that's where I was. Well, I wasn't born there. I was born in Good Sam in San Jose. But anyway.
I'll have to comment on this video to get link up or something. So I'm a flathead. And I'm also thankful for Kanye West and Orlando Bloom.
Nice. All right.
My question is, how do I explain to a normie about satellites and the ISS? I know that they're both fake, but are they floating on balloons or are they in low Earth orbit? What is your opinion on that?
I don't know. I mean, again, we're lied to, so it's hard to tell. I don't think satellites are orbiting the Earth as far as a ball Earth, obviously. But if you look back at like Echo, look up Echo and Echo 1, they had put this huge, gigantic balloon in the sky, and they were able to beam things off of it. It's like a huge metallic, you can find pictures of it on Google. Huge metallic balloon, like over 150 feet in diameter or something. And they could just shoot things from the ground off of it. It would reflect back to Earth. They could do all kinds of things with it. So it'd be very easy for them to put something up there like that and then have DirecTV beam their signal off of it. And then people around the world would tune their satellite dishes towards that big ball in the sky, and they would get the reflected image. They would get the reflected radio waves. So they could then have DirecTV. So to me, there's just nothing that shows in any way that satellites are needed. They've done studies on it, and I think with just like 300 ground stations, you could mimic GPS for 1/20th of the price. So again, when do people ever just go spend more money than they need to? The idea of launching these satellites to maintain GPS is kind of insane. The thought that you would have satellites talking to your phone from 22,000 miles away, having to go through the atmosphere, which you would never be able to judge correctly, right? So the speed of light would slow down as it hit more clouds, as it hit more atmosphere. So you would never even be able to calculate that correctly. They make it sound like, oh, you have to know the exact second. That's how these satellites know where they are, know where you are at the exact. Well, what about the speed of light changing because you're shooting through a medium? It's just insanity to think that we would be talking to those rather than cell towers, which are everywhere right around you. And that's how you get GPS.
More specifically, like how would I explain to someone something that they can see with their naked eyes or they could track, like was it Starlink? And we've all seen a few dots, way up there that look like stars that are moving. Like,
right.
What do you think those are if they're not satellites?
I don't know. And again, this is where you don't have to know everything. So I don't even know why it would be so important to say, how do I explain to them this or that? I mean, people need to be able to look at it for themselves and determine whether or not this is something that they think could be lied about. When it comes to being deceived, to then require the person that's been lied to know the truth doesn't make any sense to me. So if we've been lied to about satellites and then somebody comes to you and says, well, if we've been lied about satellites, what are they? That's insanity. What do you mean? How would I know? We've been lied to about them. I'm no different than you. So if we knew all these answers, then you would be able to expose it a lot easier. That's the deal, is that they're hiding that from us. So it's hard just to say.
It's a tough one for me because usually I win my flat Earth arguments, but that's like a bone of contention there because people can track them with their phones and you can see it with your naked eye. It's just it's one of the only cards.
Track what with your phones? You mean the satellites?
The quote unquote satellites, yeah, or Starlink specifically. You can see it with your naked eye.
Yeah, I've never seen Starlink myself, but I have seen the ISS, and it looks like a little TIE fighter, and it goes across the moon when they say it will, and it is moving at the speed they say it's moving. So beyond that, I still don't think people are in it, and I don't know how exactly they're doing it, but maybe we will find that out. The more people who kind of start looking into it or start digging, the better chance we have of finding it.
Right. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, thanks, bro. Long live Gilroy and no more garlic festival, huh?
Nah, that shooting killed it.
Wow. I heard that they're getting a bunch of money for it too. All the people who supposedly got shot. Were you there that year?
I wasn't, but my boss was. He had to hide in a porta potty.
Yeah, I've got some stories from some people that were there. Seemed to think that it, at least shooting happened or the guns were shot, but I don't really know beyond that. Very strange though. Yeah, so they went out. I mean, they completely shut down. They had to empty out their reserve bank account, a couple $1 million. Pretty sad. That was a great festival. Some of the greatest days of my life are from there.
Exactly.
All right.
You have a good Thanksgiving.
You too. Take it easy. Peace. All right. First time ever Gilroy Garlic Festival call. We're going to go now. Okay, I'm going to shut down the phones. We are going to stop that. Give me 1 second. We'll be back over at the StreamYard. How do I stop? Suspend new calls? Yes. End show? Yes. End show? Yes. Confirm and end show. Thank you. Your show is now offline. Good. All right. Let's close down that. We only lost like $20. Not bad. We're out of here on that. We're out of here on this. And let's go back here. Leave here. And we've got nobody there. Wow, what do you know? We could be done already. Fantastic. I like it. Perfect timing. 8:41. Yeah, we can stay on for a couple minutes. Last chance. If you want to join, tinyurl.com/cornerism. Do not call. I'm not answering those, and I'm not even going to look at texts. It is Thanksgiving. Make sure you make sweet, sweet love to your wife tonight. Get in her pumpkin pie, if you will. It's a requirement. It's your homework assignment. And if you're complaining about that homework assignment, well, then you should probably do some soul searching. Let's see if there's anything else I have to do here. Nope, we didn't do. No need to do that. No need to do that. Oh, I do want to. Didn't I download this or no? Hold on. I want to grab that white Chaffee video. Save that. I'll check with the chat here in 1 second. And also check if there was any super chats or tips over at the Rokfin. We would appreciate it. Keep the show going. I'm thankful for my audience. I'm thankful that I still have people that listen to this show despite my telling of my real opinions, which is not some, I don't see a lot of truthers do that, to be honest with you. I think people cater to the truther community, cater to the audience. And I know people would probably like me to do that as well, but I don't. Because I'm just compelled to be honest with how I feel, what my opinion is. And even though it's not well liked and I end up with people who hate me on both sides, it still feels better for me. I can sleep fine knowing that I do that. And eventually when I have 4 people listening, I'll just keep doing it every day like Arwen. No, I'm just kidding. If I have 4 people listening, then I'll just hang it up. And I hope it doesn't get there. I am thankful that I get to do what I love for a living. And it's a lot of, pulling me in a lot of different directions. I wish it was just one thing. I wish it was like Jaron makes videos for his living. That'd be awesome. But it's does these consultations, does relationship consultations, sells a USB stick, does YouTube, does Rokfin, does crypto meetings every other Friday night, does crypto Patreon, does, so it's like, it's like pulling me in every different direction and it feels very frazzled. So my one hope would be that one day I'm not so all over the place. It's very hard to be good at something when you're doing 25 things. But when you have one thing to do, sometimes you can excel pretty good at that. Somebody says Grissom would be 95 years old today. He meant that the people at that bar were him in 1986. 1986. So, upside down guy. This is where the show goes south.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up? How are you?
Hey, happy Thanksgiving. I wanted to.
You as well.
I'm thankful for the safety nets in China protecting everyone that builds our smartphones.
It's important. I would feel bad if my cell phone was built by somebody who then threw the phone on the table and then jumped off the building.
Yeah, like people don't really think about it when they're using their smartphone like 12 hours a day. I'm also thankful for Google Maps, and it's kind of like the Internet of Things connecting everyone together, because like real-time live traffic is so amazing at to to have on like on your phone.
Okay.
So I'm thankful for that too.
I don't like the real type. I don't like where it says your expected arrival time because it's always right. I wish it was that way for me. Like
it's odd, right?
it just
It's like you're gonna be
changes.
there at 8:04, and like you get there and it's like right at 8:04.
Oh no, I don't mean
It's
that. I mean mine just changes to whatever time I get there is what time it says. Meaning that it like
oh,
adjusts as you're going. So if there's traffic, if there's thing, so I might leave the house and it says 7:55 is my, and then by the time I get there it says 8:16 and I'm showing up at 8:16. It's like, wait a second, didn't you say 7:55? But
I guess I don't really look at it that much.
yeah,
But yeah, it's
it's a lie. Go ahead.
But
I'm gonna start your clock. You're done saying what you're thankful
cool.
for. You forgot to say me though, but that's a given. Go ahead.
Haven't you had that enough today?
No, never. Never.
Like when one person said I'm thankful for you, you're like, hey, I'm married. Like so, I didn't even want to go there.
Oh,
but
well, that guy was a little. He was a little too interested.
No, how are you? No, but if anyone wants audiobooks, all types, there's a website. Don't go to it on your computer. I use my cell phone because I'm scared of viruses. So it's called audiobookbay.fi, and I was gonna send you a screenshot of the website.
Audiobookbay. What?
Fi.
Okay.
They changed it's kind of like a torrent. So you need like a torrent downloader.
Oh.
So if you're using your phone, it's FLUD on the App Store, Flood.
Okay.
And so you can go to the Audiobook Bay and search for any book really. And normally someone has it like seeding or sharing, so you just download it peer to peer. But I was trying to make a video, a tutorial about it, but there's quite a few already, so it wasn't really going well on my phone. But
right.
Yeah, Audiobook Bay. You could just type that into Google and it'll take, because they changed the last two .fi because they get shut down and because it's kind of illegal.
Right.
But yeah, if any audiobook from self-help to fiction to history books, to love romance, if you're into that stuff. But yeah, that's about it. Happy Thanksgiving, man.
Well, thank you, and I'm thankful for people who send super chats of high dollar amounts just so that they can tell my guests that they want to get in their guts. That was nice of you, by the way. Thank you for
didn't
that.
say in the guts.
What did you say? Well, that was you. You're implying.
Oh, I'm unthankful. I hate when people use the term straw man.
Really?
Well, you're straw manning me. You're straw man.
I use it a lot. I use it a lot.
Are you presuppositions? It's just like
that's a little bit far, but
so
but straw man though, you don't. People don't
You're
ever.
Begging the question. You're begging the question.
Yeah, I don't like that one either.
God.
But I do like straw man because really people do that a lot. They want to argue with you over a point that they claim you said. You never said that.
Say you're.
What's the new word for it?
You're debating an 8-year-old and you're like, don't straw man me. You got to explain what straw man means. So it's just so annoying.
Okay, I got it. I'm going to change the name. I'm going to make my own. I don't need to use their stupid fallacy words.
Fallacy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just hate big words and stuff. I don't know. If it's not 2 syllables, I hate it. All right, take it easy.
Later.
Good night, then.
By the way, straw man, 2 syllables. But anyway, who's counting? Let's check the super chats real quick. That was upside down guy or head or man, whatever you want to call him. Let me look this up. I'm going to put this up on the screen. Tomorrow we got the Jeranism show, the Black Friday Jeranism show. Can we still call it Black Friday? That's not racist. I think it's racist. Especially if like watermelon's on sale. I mean, I wouldn't allow it. I wouldn't allow it at all. I'd put an end to that real quick. All right, we're closing down StreamYard. Thank everybody for that. Leave studio. Goodbye. It's been fun. Look at the. I even put Thanksgiving leaves around my banner. It's pretty gay. All right, let's go to the speaker. No, this is where I want to go. I'm gonna just check, make sure if we've got any. Oh, I do. I see it. I see a super chat on there. And then we'll go to Rokfin, and then we'll say goodbye, and we'll be back tomorrow for a 12 noon Pacific. What's going on here? Oh, all right. Where did I go here? Here we're gonna go. We're gonna go here and check the supers and see all. All right. First we got Oh, because that video was deleted. I see. Thank you very much, Upside Down Guy, for your huge donations yesterday. And okay, you said you'd siphon her gas tank, and is that not what I said? I think I was close. All right, Taking Back Eden. Thank you very much for the $5 Canadian. I do appreciate it. And long live Justin Trudeau, the truest man ever, Dell. And 5 times 1,000. Thank you very much for the super sticker, which seems to be a rhinoceros giving a punch that says KO. Pretty cool. $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Very kind of you guys. Let me go check over at Rokfin, see how everybody's doing there. We've got huge tips over at Rokfin. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. Let's check first who we got. Plum Level Square Bear says support what you like or else. I like it. $5. Thank you very much for that. We've got Adrian Mark. Thank you very much for the $10. Much appreciated. We've got Shad Fox. Is that really your name? Shad? S-H-A-D? Pretty dope. $5. Thank you very much. We've got Haska Sun. How you been, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. Pray for the Birds. $10. Pray with P-R-E-Y for the birds. I get it. Alex Taurus, $20. Thank you very much. He says, I want to put that argument I keep on hearing to rest. Air has a pressure gradient. Turns out water does too. At depth of 330 feet of water, pressure is 142 psi. Swim up to 230 feet, you're at 42 psi. Swim up another 90 feet, 4 psi. At the ground, by the pressure gradient logic, we live in a vacuum. Globe logic. Good one. I never even thought about it. You're right. Water would have one. And then we got Crow 777, $5. Thank you very much. I believe that's Rose though, under the Crow name. Thank you, Rose. Very kind of you. Thank you, everybody. So we will be back tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific. I appreciate all the support. Appreciate everybody in chat on the YouTubes for being here. And again, if you're looking for yesterday's Pinocchio stream, you can only find it on Rokfin. You cannot find it. And it's free. It'll remain free just because they took it down completely from YouTube. Disney did. Good old Disney. Good old Walt Disney and Club 33. Wholesome entertainment that is. Even though we saw how lazy they were last night. You got to watch the show. It's pretty good. We actually, they're lazy and all their cartoons are the exact same as each other. You know, Winnie the Pooh is exact same as Jungle Book. The scenes are identical. You have to check it out. Anyway, it's free. You don't even need to sign up. Just go to Rokfin, look at my recent videos, and you will find it. All righty then. Okay, then let's find an outro. We're going to do another random one that was fun last night. We're just going to find a random one because I don't feel like making a new one until tomorrow. Let's see. We got, where's my backup drive? Here we go. We are going to see, what do I want for Christmas this year? No, I know. I need to get somebody told me they have a 4 terabyte SSD drive, solid state drive. Like, what? I want to get that. I want to get that. All right, let's see. We've got outro, and let's do a random one. Let's do 6/24/22. Don't remember what that was. We're about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Speaker's Corner, and we will see you tomorrow for the flagship show on this very network. It is the Jeranism show, and there's nothing as good as that pretty much anywhere. I remind you guys, do your own research. When you do, you'll never again believe all the bullshit you've been taught. Till tomorrow, happy Thanksgiving. Good night. Love you all. Peace.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Yeah. 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 This is the Speaker's Corner, where we speak truth, seek truth. Speaker's Corner, yeah, they see through, we see you. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is all on the Speaker's Corner. 3 minutes hit the spotlight. Speaker's Corner, where 3 minutes gets your mind right. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is all on the Speaker's Corner.